Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to today's video. Now this is probably going to be a bit of a lengthy one. I want to do a bit of like a story time with you all, but for those of you who follow me on my Instagram would have seen I have had some pretty life-changing things happen of recent over the last few days. So I really just wanted to come on here and do a bit more of an in-depth video and share with you what has happened. Now, where do I even begin? Okay, so for those of you on YouTube who don't yet know, I have just undergone a massive surgery, a major surgery. It was an emergency surgery on my bowel. Now, this came about very, very unexpected. It was actually life-threatening what I had, and I'm honestly just so grateful to be alive. I'm gonna start right back at the beginning because I got a lot of questions actually asking like, were there any signs or symptoms or just like how the hell this all happened. So let's rewind. So Tuesday, I got up just like any normal day. I went to go and train with Mark. I did a leg session, so did high bar squats. I was feeling really good. Although over the prior days, I had kind of been feeling a bit off in my abdomen. So a bit like my stomach had felt a little bit queasy at times. My urine was a bit darker than usual. And I kind of just felt a little bit off, but I wasn't sure why. And often like times like I've done abs before and I had sore abs. So I thought just like maybe just overtraining a little bit, pushing myself too hard. And then Tuesday night came around. Still, I was feeling fine, a little bit sore in my abs, but again, thought it was just from training. And so we went out for dinner and we went to Bondi Pizza. We had our usual meals. I had my chicken salad and my Pepsi Max, and I started to kind of get more and more cramps while I was at dinner. And so after dinner, we drove back home. So this is about 7 o'clock, and as we were driving back home, I started to feel nauseous. And I am never one to like vomit. I don't feel nauseous very often. It's just really uncharacteristic of me. So I literally midway home, I had to tell Mark, like, pull over. I was about to vom. So there I was, I started vomiting. My stomach at this stage was really churning. It was really like unhappy. And I kind of thought maybe it was food poisoning. Maybe I was just a bit sick from something that I ate. I didn't really think too much of it. Drove home, got home, and went to just sit on the lounge. And that was kind of when I got in a lot more pain. And the pain that I could describe is it was a bit like having contractions. It would be really, really intense, really strong. I was moving around on the lounge, like I couldn't sit, I couldn't find a spot that I was comfortable in. And then the pain would kind of subside. And so that was okay for like a little bit. But at this point, I was vomiting and I was continuously vomiting. And literally undigested food, my chicken salad was in the toilet bowl. And as I said, like vomiting is so uncharacteristic for me. I stopped a little bit and I went back and laid on the lounge. And at this point in time, like I started to Google things. For those of you out there that don't know, I have actually had a kidney surgery when I was young. I had a Wilms tumor on my kidney. So I have already had a surgery across my stomach and I do have one kidney now. I did at that point have really bad like referred pain into my back. Like I was kind of crippling over from my stomach pain and my back pain, and it was really getting to the point where it was super intense. And I thought that maybe this is my kidney failing. And that was a really big scare because my brother also had a Wilms tumor. He actually had one kidney, but then the kidney that he had failed. So my brother has gone through a kidney transplant before. So for me, this was something that did cross my mind at this point. Me and Mark also thought maybe I am pregnant. So we're like Googling symptoms of pregnancy, and it was all about nausea, and I had missed my period for a couple of months. I am quite irregular as it is, but that was also something that did cross my mind, like maybe I'm pregnant and this is just like some signs of that. But I was in agony, guys. I then realized it probably isn't something like that, and Mark was like, Lauren, you need to go to the hospital. We need to go to the hospital. And I was like, no, I'll be right. I usually don't like taking anything like medicine and stuff. I usually try and push myself to stick it out a little bit. So I was kind of like dismissing it. But then it got to the point where I was just like crippling over in pain. So he was like, that's it. Get your stuff, pack your bag. We're going to the hospital. It was when I was in the car, did it start to become, again, really, really intense. It was like having freaking the worst contractions. I haven't had a child, but I can only imagine that this is kind of what it's like. He dropped me at the emergency at Prince of Wales Hospital. And I honestly couldn't even walk properly at that time. And I went up to the reception desk. I couldn't stand up, and I was crouched. All that felt good, or kind of made the pain go a little bit away, was like crouching over. So I was remember at the desk, like registering. I was like, help, Lauren Simpson, blah, 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 blah. And then I'd have to go crouch on the ground. Like I could barely get out the words that I needed to say so that a doctor could see me. I was in the emergency room and it was full. At this stage, they had no idea when I was able to actually go in and see a doctor. And so I just sat on the floor of the emergency room and I was vomiting everywhere, uncontrollable vomiting. This was the worst pain I have ever experienced in my life. It makes me feel really sad talking about it, because like I don't know, like I've never felt like that before, and I knew that something had to be wrong. So I think I waited about 45 minutes. I was on the only position that felt really good was like kneeling down, hunched over. I kind of was supporting my back, and I was just like, in my mind, I was like, please someone stop this. Please someone take this pain away from me. Please help me. And poor Mark, I kept like speaking to her. I was like, quick, go see, can I go in? Can someone see me? Can someone see me? And the poor thing, I must have been like a nightmare, but he was so good. So I went in and I saw like someone in like a little meeting room, interview room, like straight through from emergency, and they kind of like did a little bit of a check over. They gave me endone, I think it was, as a painkiller, but I was just vomiting. They told me I had to go back out to that emergency room and wait for a bed. At this point, like I honestly felt like my heart was breaking. I had that glimpse of hope. I thought I got into that next stage and I was gonna get fixed. Someone was gonna see me, I'm gonna get painkillers, and they were gonna work. They didn't work, and I sat out on the emergency room floor for another hour while I waited for a bed to get in and for someone to see me. I had no painkillers at this stage because everything that I was trying to take, I just kept vomiting up. I was vomiting in the bathroom, vomiting on the floor. It was hell. And I just remember saying to Mark, like, I'm dying, like I'm gonna die. And yeah, I can't imagine what he was thinking at this time. But I finally got through and I saw a nurse, and I laid up on the bed and she started to kind of do some checks. I got my blood test done. Still at this point, I was in extreme agony. I still couldn't get comfy. I just remember laying back and just trying to take my mind to a different place, like trying to endure the pain in my stomach of these cramps, but kind of like mentally switch off from how much it was hurting me. I remember then she kind of came in and was like, all right, we're gonna start giving you morphine. So I got like I think it's called a catheter in my arm, or my hand, so that think it was this one, so that they could administer that. And she's like, okay, this is going to take the pain away. You're going to start to feel better instantly. Prior to that, she'd given me kind of like oral meds, but again, I was uncontrollably just vomiting everything up. And at this time, with the combined stomach pain, it had absolutely like referred into my back, and I was so sore. My whole body was sore. I couldn't vomit up anymore. So I was just like stomach acids. Sorry for the too much information, but the morphine didn't work. It's like getting that glimpse of hope and then it gets taken away from you. And that really got me down. I was like, surely there's something else you can do. Like I can't do this anymore. And I just remember saying, like, this has been after hours and hours and hours. Like, this is probably at 11 o'clock at night now, 12 o'clock at night. I was like, I can't do this much longer. I just remember saying to Mark, like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. And like, I can't even, I'll say this again, like, I can't describe the pain from my stomach. I just have never felt anything like it. I can't even describe it, but it was just like nothing else. So then I think it was early of the hours of the morning, they finally said that I could go and have a CT scan. So this is where you like lay down, they inject a fluid into you, which is kind of like, I don't know what it does, but it makes everything a little bit more visible in you. So they inject you with something, goes all through your system, and then you go and have a scan. I felt like a little bit hopeful at this time. Like, I didn't know the severity, but I knew it was going to be something bad because of how I felt. The CT scan, you're meant to stay as still as you can in there. And given like I was crippling over with pain, like even just laying out flat, like it was like nothing else. So, but I knew that it had to be done because I wanted to know what was going on. After the CT scan, I just remember going back into like the room that I was in, and they came in and was like, okay, right, you're going to surgery. You need emergency surgery. Your bowel is twisted. It has no blood supply. It is basically dying, and that is why you're experiencing so much pain. They said that the pain was like contractions because your bowel does do contracting motions, and given it had like no oxygen supply and stuff like that, at first when it was trying to work, that's when I was getting the contractions, and then when it like just was dying, it was just a constant pain. And so all I can remember then is them getting me ready for surgery. I was a bit in shock at this stage. I didn't really have time to comprehend because it all happened so fast. Like 1 minute I was in the CT scan, like I was laying on the bed, then I was in the CT scan, and then I was like, okay, you're rushing off to emergency surgery. I remember Mark saying and myself saying to the doctor, sorry, that my body is basically like, as you guys know, I post about it, my health, like my fitness. I do fitness competitions, I do a lot of photo shoots, and I just remember saying my body is my job, and I got worried about what was going to happen. I asked them to do keyhole surgery first, and then obviously they were like, the chances of that are probably very slim. So pull it together and sorry. The chances of that are probably very slim because of the actual what, like how your bowel is. You need to get this fixed, otherwise like you could die. So that was fine. And I just remember putting a tube down my nose, prepping me for surgery, and I just remember I was like, as soon as Mark left, they wheeled me away on a bed. I just remember closing my eyes. I was like, I'm not going to open my eyes until the surgery is done. And so I never opened my eyes once until like as they were talking to me, put me under the gas, and then, yeah, I woke up. Sorry, I just had to pause then, regather myself. So by the way, I am only 6 days post-surgery right now. So it's all still very fresh. My emotions are all still very, very raw. I have never even showed emotion like that on social media. So I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm still dealing personally with what has happened. And yeah, but I am feeling a lot more positive. But anyway, so woke up from surgery. I actually felt really relieved. I felt relieved that my pain was gone. I was no longer in pain. I mean, I was a little bit tender at that time, but I would have been on like so much pain meds that I didn't really feel anything. I just remember feeling relieved. So once I was there recovering, so I had my surgery at like, I think around 3:30 or 4 a.m. that morning. And then, so when I woke up, it was Wednesday, and then they took me to a ward. The nurses and everyone were just incredible. I felt so looked after, and they were so attentive to everything. So I'm so grateful for everyone that was there. I was in the ward for how many days? So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I got out on Saturday, Sunday. So 5 days in total I was there. At this point, I couldn't move, so I was very much bedridden. I was hooked up to a drip. I had cannulas in everywhere. I was getting my blood pressure and pain medication every like hour or so, and just everything was being monitored. I was very sore in my core, I remember, and I was only on liquids, so I pretty much had vomited up everything that day before, and then the first couple of days all I could have was just like jelly or water, any kind of liquids. And so I've actually filmed quite a lot of footage from when I was in the hospital, so I'm going to share that with you guys after I just finish this little bit of a chat. But I'm going to share with you the vlog style little bits and pieces that I did over the days that I was in hospital. I just filmed it on my phone while I was in there, so the quality might not be great, but I thought I'll just document the slow process, the slow recovery that I was having while I was in hospital. So I'll share that next. So each day I would wake up feeling just a little bit better. I really struggle, and obviously still do. I'm still very fresh out of surgery to even like sit up on my own, to move around on my own, because you think like they've cut open your abdomen. So where your ab muscles are, your core stabilizes everything that you do. And so like to crunch up to try and get up is just like agony. So I'm still kind of getting used to finding ways to move about without actually engaging my core muscles. So that's a big thing that I need to kind of just avoid for now. I lay down a majority of the day. I am very fatigued very easily. I have had a major surgery, and so my priority now is 100% on rest and recovery. In the hospital, it was all about celebrating the small wins each day. I mean, at first, it was even just a struggle to sit up on my own. At first, it was just a struggle to literally walk, I don't know, it might have been like 10 steps so I could go to the toilet, so I could go pee and then walk back to my bed, and that was exhausting. That was done for the day. Day by day, I started just making small progress with my steps. So by the end, I could walk up to the end of the corridor, and that was like a big milestone for me. Just being able to physically make those small movements day by day. By the end of the week when I was in the hospital, they even got me to walk up and down some stairs. Just given at home we do have a staircase, so they wanted to make sure that I would be a little bit confident when I did have to come back home. Now, this is probably too much information, but one of the big things is, like, I had bowel surgery. So they want to know that your bowel is fully functioning still. Like, you need to be able to poop. So that was a big thing for me, and something that obviously did take some time. I don't want to go into too much details, but when that happened, like, I honestly shed tears of joy. it was a sign that things were working properly again and I could go home. So they really were just judging and like gauging by that, whether or not that was going to be okay, and then I could go home. So once that happened, I was actually allowed to go home. So that was a big win, a big tick for me. On social media, I guess I have tried to be really positive about this whole experience. I guess a lot of you probably look to me for strength in what I do. And I do try and obviously be as strong as I can, but some things do get me down. And as I said, I'm still like dealing with my feelings of having a completely different lifestyle now that I am back home. After my surgery, after any major surgery, obviously you can't be going and pushing your body, you can't be in the gym, you can't be lifting, you can't really move around much. So for me, my job relies on me out and about, training, being my best in terms of my body, and also like creating content for social media around fitness, around training, workout videos. So like a lot in my life is going to change over the next few weeks. But again, like I feel like this is just an obstacle. It's just a hurdle, and I'm going to embrace it for what it is. I'm going to accept what has happened and just move on with my life, set myself new goals. And the scars have got me down a little bit, I won't lie. As I've said before, I am very fortunate. I have a really good surgeon who has actually created a scar that isn't quite as bad as what I thought it would be for having such a major bowel surgery. I've seen people have quite different scars to this one. So mine is quite small. I've got 3 scars, 2 from where I had asked for keyhole surgery, and then I've got the one down the middle of my stomach, and it kind of goes around my belly button. I'll show you guys in due time when I'm ready. I have only seen it myself a handful of times. I didn't even want to have a shower at the hospital because I didn't want to see my body naked. It freaked me out. So I'm still really coming to terms with that. In the big scheme of things, and looking like at what other people experience and have gone through, like it's only minor, and your body isn't everything, as in like what it looks like. So I just need to focus on the fact that like I'm so much more than just that, and at the end of the day it could have been so much worse. I literally could have died. So yeah, so I guess the next couple of months are going to be mentally challenging for me, just with this road to recovery. I can't do anything strenuous for like at least 6 to 8 weeks. So that means when I start back training again, I will be a beginner. I will be right back from the very start. My focus will just purely be on rebuilding my strength again. I probably will only be able to do body weight things, then progress to dumbbells, and just like move up very, very slowly, very gently. It's not going to be something that I rush. My health is my number one priority, and getting my body back healed, recovered after this major surgery is what I focus on. I'm not going to be worried about getting into the gym and pushing myself too hard too soon, because I want my body to be at its full kind of recovery mode by the time I even think about lifting any weights again. I am seeing this as a time where I can dedicate my energy to other things in life. Number one, my business, Lauren Simpson Fitness. I'm going to dedicate 100% of my time on coaching you girls. I might not be able to train myself, but I sure know how to get you girls in incredible shape and to reach your body and your mindset goals too. So that is going to be a huge focus for me, and rolling out some really cool new programs, new campaigns over the next coming months. I'm also working on a new business venture, which is going to be a good time right now to focus on that, because it's not anything to do with the gym. It's not anything to do with fitness. So I can do that as I am right now to 100% full capacity. I'm also going to be going back to studying again. So now that I've got quite a lot of free hours in my day that I haven't been going to that I won't be going to the gym, filming gym content, driving an hour to the gym I need to train at, I'll be also dedicating more time to going back and doing my nutrition certificate that I was doing at the end of last year. So sorry, this is kind of a long ass video, but I just wanted to kind of share with you a little bit about what's happened. A top question I know that I will get is, how did you know, like, did you do anything that caused your bowel to twist? Now, so what I had is, you've got your bowel obviously, and due to some scar adhesions from when I was a baby, so I had the Wilms tumor, there was leftover scar tissue, and that had formed some kind of band in my stomach, and my bowel, for some reason, unknown reason, flipped around this and twisted around itself, which did cut off the air supply, the blood supply, etc. So it is just a freak accident. There wasn't anything that I could have done to prevent this, nothing in terms of like my diet, my training, or anything that I do in my general life that has caused this. So I don't mean to scare anyone, but it can happen to anyone. As I said, it wasn't a result of what I do. It was just, I had some scar tissue and it had formed a band connected, and my bowel got twisted around it. So I'll find what it was called. So I had a laparotomy and division of my adhesions, and I did also have an internal hernia which was fixed up as well. So that was all, fixed up with the surgery. Anyway, I think that is about it for today's video. I'm going to share as much as I can throughout this entire process of getting back on track, rebuilding my strength, sharing much more things of me outside the gym when it comes to like my life. I was doing a lot more about nutrition, coaching my girls, and everything else to do with life outside of the gym, because let's face it, there is more to the life than just me in the gym. So thanks for watching today's video, guys. I really appreciate it, and I just want to say thank you again to all of the nurses and the surgeons at the Prince of Wales Hospital. You really looked after me. I also want to say a massive thank you to my man, Mark Carroll, who has been incredible. Sad. And yeah, his love and support was like nothing else over this time, and I'm very, very grateful that he was there every step of the way. But yeah, thanks again, guys. Sorry for this ugly looking t-shirt dress that I'm currently wearing. I was going to get a little bit more done up to do this video, but this is my reality. I am just wearing something loose and comfy because of my surgery, and I am going to be rocking t-shirt baggy dresses for quite a while now. So thanks, guys. If you are new to my channel, make sure that you please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And now I'm going to leave you with my vlog videos from my days in hospital. Hey guys, so it is Thursday and I am day 2 after my surgery. I am just about to have something to eat. We pretty much can only eat, I'll say it's only liquids only at the moment for the last couple of days until I get told otherwise. So I have got like jelly and a weird chicken broth, which I also had for breakfast this morning. But I am feeling okay. I have only gotten up really to go pee. Otherwise it is kind of painful, especially where my scarring is on my belly, which to be honest I am a little bit sad about. For those of you who follow me would have seen I already do have quite a big scar on my tummy right away across from when I was little, when I had cancer. So these 3 additional scars are kind of mentally hard for me to get my head around at the moment, but my health is what is most important, so that is what's keeping me positive right now. So I'm feeling okay. My mum is coming soon to visit me. Mark has been in and out, which has been amazing and has made me feel very happy and brightens up my day. And I've also gotten some flowers today. There's also some up there from my LSF team and my LSF ambassadors. So that is so cute. But I will touch bases with you guys again soon. So I have two very special visitors today. It is Thursday afternoon and Mum and Tamara are here. Hi. Hi Mum.
We brought you presents.
What have you brought?
A cactus. I figured this would be different, but it's meant to represent someone who has been going through some tough times, but it's determined and strong, as spiky as a cactus. So you have to water it once a month, just letting you know. And it doesn't harm cats, I just checked as well.
Yes. And don't make me laugh, it hurts my belly.
I got you a healing bracelet. It's been blessed by the crystal lady too, so that you don't get any harm's way from the hospital and sickness. It's protection. And I got you some lip smackers.
We all know I love a good lip smacker.
I also got Mark a protection rock to protect you.
Oh, that's so cute.
Well. Stone of protection for Mark.
Cute. And we've got some beautiful flowers up there. So nice.
Get better.
So it's Thursday night and I have had a day of visitors. Mark, Mum and Tamara have all come in here and I got lots of flower deliveries. Show you. Cute. So today I have been able to walk a little bit. As I said before, I'm still like a little bit sore, so just taking it really easy. I can't move much, but it's Thursday night. I keep looking at like I've always got my Fitbit on, but I don't for the time. But it is Thursday, I think it's like nearly 6 o'clock. I'm about to have dinner. I have progressed, so I have just been able to have like a chicken broth, a jelly, and that's about it. I had a coffee just before, but now I can have some more, what do they call it, Mum? More solids?
Soup.
Soup. Well, I can get soup tonight and I think some yogurt as well, so that's progress. But I have had a pretty busy day, but I think I've been doing a lot, so I'm gonna be tired and just gonna keep sleeping throughout the night. It is an unbroken sleep because the nurses have to come in and they check like my readings on this every like 2 hours, and I get my blood pressure taken every 2 hours as well. So it's a very broken, but I've literally been sleeping like on and off the whole time. But yeah, I'll have probably a good night's sleep tonight. I am reading this at the moment. So Mark brought me in this book. So I will try and read a little bit tonight and have a good sleep. So we have progressed, guys, to some different foods. I've got a pumpkin soup today, or tonight. Oh, a dessert. Mark will probably eat this, let's not lie. Creme caramel, apple juice again, and some milk. I'll probably just have a go at the pumpkin soup. I'm a little bit hungry. I've pretty much only been having jelly and that's it. It is Thursday night now and Mark came and visited me before I had the food that I put on here, and now I am just in bed watching a Netflix series. I'm going to start a new one. It's called Lock and Key. I have heard good things. It is kind of like Harry Potter, but this is my little setup and I won't be moving for a little while. Good morning, guys. It is about 7:30 on Friday. So my surgery was on Tuesday, so it's now Friday, so it's kind of like day 3. I slept pretty good last night. I am feeling really hungry, so I'm guessing my appetite is coming back. I have only eaten basically jelly. I had pumpkin soup last night, but that is about it for the last couple of days. So I'm feeling hungry. We don't get breakfast until, I think they said around 8, but I'm starving, so I just requested. Hold on. I've got a lemon dessert and some custard. So your girl's getting her appetite back, which is a good sign. This morning Laura is coming, and then I think Mum will be coming back with my nan, so it will be nice to have some visitors. But hopefully today I'll get up walking again and start feeling a little bit more mobile. I'm still very sore around my abdomen where it was cut, but again, hopefully I feel better. My mum and nan are over at the moment, and I'm just having a coffee. So good. And I am about to have some sandwich. So I'm finally allowed to eat like normal foods. So this will be good. I've been craving bread for days. So I am just having a toasted sandwich, finally can eat something. The physio just came in and took me for a little bit of a walk. I have stairs at home, so that was like a little bit of a concern. So just to kind of get my confidence around walking up and down stairs, we went over to like a stairwell and just went up and down the stairs, and it was all good. So yeah, I think I'm going to be going home in a few days' time. We don't actually have a bed at home yet in the downstairs area or upstairs because we're still waiting on it from when we moved into our new house. So literally just called up and have ordered a bed to be delivered for our spare room downstairs. So that's where I will set up my little recovery room. So just getting everything ready now for me to go home soon. So it is Friday night. It is almost 5:30. I'm so tired. I've had visitors literally all day, but I just got some dinner, something a little bit different. I think I've got chicken today. So you guys have seen I finally could have more solid food. Actually, this is grilled fish, rice and beans. Oh, good to see they've given me some protein and carbs. I also have a lemon drizzle cake for dessert. So just making sure I'm keeping the gains. And dessert. Good morning. It is now Saturday. It is, I think, about 8 o'clock, and I slept in a little bit today, which was unlike me, but I must be getting used to like not waking up to an alarm and getting out of my normal home routine. I stayed up a little bit later last night. I was watching a new Netflix show called Lock and Key. It's actually really good. I'm obsessed, and I'm up to episode 4. So we just got breakfast. I have progressed a little bit, so one of the nurses is actually going to make me toast, which will be all right. And I've got Wheat Bix with some soy milk and some juice, but yeah, I think I might be able to go home in the next couple of days. I think the surgeon will come around again and like check on my stomach where like the incisions are and see how that's healing and just how I'm feeling. I don't have like the drip or anything anymore, and I will probably go have a shower soon because I haven't had a shower since Tuesday and it's now Saturday and I feel so gross. So yeah, Mark will come today, Mum's gonna come again today, and yeah, otherwise it's just me here. Hey guys, so it is Sunday today. I have been in here, as you know, since late Tuesday. I am just having some breakfast. It is, I think, about 8:30. Today's food is, I got Special K and just with some soy milk. I just saw the surgeon and he came in and said that everything was going okay. I have still not gone to the toilet, so getting some extra kind of help for that. Sorry, too much information, but I guess that's like kind of like a little test that they give, especially when you have had bowel surgery, because you want to make sure that everything is working properly, everything is functioning properly. but it looks like I can go home today, which is really good. I am starting to really miss being home, just miss having my own things. I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of hard being here alone at times, and I don't know, like a hospital's not exactly the greatest place to be, but it will be nice to be back home in my own little environment. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated with how I go this morning, and yeah, speak to you soon. It is now lunchtime on Saturday, and I received some good news. I can go home, so I'm just waiting for Mark to come and pick me up now. I'm having my last bit of hospital food for hopefully some time, but everything is going okay. I had the dressings on my incisions changed just earlier, which kind of freaked me out. The scars have been like a big thing for me to mentally get my head around, but yeah, seeing them still makes me a little bit sad. Well, actually a lot sad, but I'll be okay. But yeah, I'm getting picked up very soon and I get to go home. So I've been here for quite a few days now, so looking forward to being back in my own little space. So it is home time. Finally. Have you missed me?
A little.
Yes. So a good feeling to finally be able to go home after all this time, and now I get to annoy you.
Yay.
Again. Yay! Look at this fashion, guys. I can't wear pants at the moment, so these t-shirt dresses are gonna be life for a while. Good morning. So this is day 6 after my surgery. So I wanted to quickly show you guys what my scars looked like, or what my incisions, my healing incisions look like, because I have been getting asked quite a lot. And finally, I feel like I'm ready to share. I honestly have only looked at this a handful of times because personally, I am still coming to grips with the new scars. Obviously, you know, I have had this one since I was a baby when I had my kidney surgery. So I've got that one already. The new scars from my bowel surgery, this was the major surgery line. So that's where they did all of the work that had to be done. I also have, I don't know if you can see it that well, a scar here and another one here, which will be a little bit smaller. They are keyholes, so they should only be like 1 centimeter once healed. But yeah, this is the major one. This is just, they've got some gauze where my belly button is. But as you can hear, like even the simplest of things, like standing here and talking for some time, gets me out of breath. So it is going to be a long road to recovery, but I wanted to just show you what we're working with here. So I'm very, very fortunate that I had a really good surgeon. I know a lot of people that have had bowel surgery have scars from here to here. So as you can see, mine is just this little bit. So I'm very thankful that they did whatever they could to minimize the scarring that I would be left with after the surgery, but still obviously being able to do everything that was needed to get me healthy and so that I did survive. So that is it. I'm swollen in my abdomen. It's very sore to touch, my sides, but yeah, thankful that I am alive.